So, if y'all checked out my last video, I was talking about the HBO Max prequel they're going to be doing to It and Pennywise the Clown. So now I had to share this with you guys. I just found out some information that I think you're really going to enjoy this. So, if you all know about the Quiet Place franchise, the Quiet Place franchise films, if you have not seen those films, I strongly recommend you check out the Quiet Place films. Those films are, I wouldn't say really good, because good is an understatement. Those films are great. John Krasinski, what he's done with the Quiet Place franchise has helped boost the horror community up with those films, because for a minute we was not getting any good suspense horror films. We hadn't had any good suspense horror monster films for a while. But the Quiet Place films, something that was funky, fresh, new, came out, something that people hadn't seen. When they came out, they just took off like a rocket, and everybody fell in love with them, including myself. So if you have not seen the Quiet Place films, check out the Quiet Place films. And with that being said, they are going to be doing a prequel to A Quiet Place. Now, I know some of y'all excited and y'all want the details, so hold your horses. I'm going to break it down to you. According to the Hollywood Reporter, it says Stranger Things star Joseph Quinn in talks for A Quiet Place Day One. He joins Lupita Nyongo in the Paramount thriller. Joseph Quinn, the breakout star of the most recent season of Stranger Things, has booked his next project with A Quiet Place movie Day One. The actor is in talks for the Paramount project, which will be led by Lupita Nyongo. The film is a spin-off of A Quiet Place, which in 2018 became a surprise hit in the hands of director and star John Krasinski. It earned $340 million on a $17 million budget. The Krasinski directed A Quiet Place 2, followed in 2021, which earned $297 million. Michael Sarnowski, who became a top director after helming Nicolas Cage Pig, will direct based on an original idea from Krasinski. The story is being kept under wraps for the film, which is due out March 8, 2024. So, I'm excited for this film because not only is a prequel to A Quiet Place, but you have two awesome stars that's going to be in this film: Lupita Nyongo and Joseph Quinn. Two stars who we've seen what they can do, and not just in movies, but in horror films. Lupita, we saw what she did in Us with Jordan Penn. Joseph, we saw what he did as Eddie in Stranger Things. So now you're going to take these two great stars who will give great performances, and you're going to combine them together in the setting of A Quiet Place with these creatures hands down. I already know that this film is going to be off the chain. I already know it. And I say that this is going to be another blockbuster hit for Krasinski, because just the thing about the Quiet Place films is that I love, and love what a lot of people love, is that the story. And if you guys listen to a lot of my videos, I always say that's the first thing that catches people's attention is the story. So if you're going, whatever film that you're going to write, you got to have a catchy story. You can have the actors, but if the story sucks, it's not going to go anywhere. And both Quiet Place films stories have been great, edge of your seat. So now I'm curious to see how this prequel is going to play out. But whoever's writing it, which I'm pretty sure probably John Krasinski, he's probably going to write this film. Hopefully he does. But if it's not him, whoever is going to write this script, I'm pretty sure that John is going to have a hand in it to make sure that, hey, this is my baby. I'm going to make sure y'all don't mess this up. And especially if you got two great actors like these two actors that's going to be in it, definitely you got to bring the heat, because we've all seen how great franchises, they start off good and then they want to make all these changes. They bring in all these writers or these directors and people who just suck, and it just watered down to becoming nothing, you know. But with these films and with the people that's behind it, I don't see that happening. And another thing I want to touch on too is that we've been seeing a lot of these franchises that have been kind of watered down, that have not had good films behind it since the original one. Been seeing the Not only have they been seeing the light of day, but we've been seeing studios and producers doing prequels to these films that have shed some light back on the franchises. What they did with the Predator franchise, because we already know that fell in the toilet after, I would say, after the second one. And they did Prey on Hulu, which was straight to streaming, which was really good. So if you guys have not seen Prey, the prequel to Predator, I suggest you do that. And then now, as I said in my last video, they're doing Pennywise, They're doing a prequel to that, which that's another one, that another franchise that people love. But the thing about Pennywise's franchise is that that franchise, it didn't go down like that. It didn't go down like that. The TV show came out and was kind of like, but the last two films for the It franchise, directed by Andy Muschietti, has brought it right back up. And Andy Muschietti is going to be a part of that as well, a part of the It prequel. So if you guys want to know more about that, check out my last video I did about that. But back to this one, I'm excited to see this, because this is going to be the prequel to the Quiet Place, and it says Quiet Place Day One. So now I'm curious to see how they're gonna do this. Like, okay, is this gonna be day one when the creatures first arrive? You know, what was going on? So day one, I'm just curious how this day one is gonna plan out and why they named it day one. But they've been keeping it under wraps. They haven't said anything about it. They have not released any information, which is a good thing. But I'm pretty sure as we get closer and closer to that date, information is going to start coming out. And I know for sure they're going to have a kick-ass trailer for it too. So I can't wait to see how this film is going to play out. But you guys let me know, how do you feel about this? Joseph Quinn, Lupita Nyongo are both going to be starring in A Quiet Place prequel day one. And oh, let me forget, before I forget, Lupita Nyongo, as they said, she will be the lead in this film, which is another great thing. So I had to tell you guys that, excuse me, before I ended it, but she is going to be the lead in this film. And I'm very happy for Lupita, because Lupita is a really great talent. We've seen what she's been doing so far. She's been kicking ass in Hollywood, kicking ass, taking names. You know, the Black Panther film, Wakanda Forever, she kicked ass in that. So do your thing, girl. But overall, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. Lupita, Joseph Quinn, prequel to Quiet Place, coming out next year. Leave your comments down below. Hit that subscribe button. And until then, holla at your boy.